Hey guys, Bonnie, and today I'll be making a command block tutorial. It's going to show you how to make an island generator for SkyBlock or whatever type of map you're making. And there's a few tutorials out there, but they're either outdated or they don't work on realms. Because some of the command blocks, just because they work offline, on single player, doesn't mean they work on realms. And this one works on both. I've tested it on, this is the one I use on my realm. And let me show you how it works. So if I press this button, it's going to say generating island, and it's going to generate an island for me. And this works about 98% of the time. It almost never fails. And it switches you to survival, changes your spawn point to wherever your island is. And I'll also show you how to change this, and let me show you what you have to do to set it up and all the command blocks. Alright, so the first thing you're going to have to do is pick a spot where you want to place your command blocks. I would recommend putting them at 0, 0, just because it's easier. But you could place them wherever you want. And alright, so next you want to set up, make your island. I just made this one really quick. It's just a simple island, and this is what's going to be cloned. So any changes you make here, this will whenever anyone generates an island, that's what they're going to get. So anything that's placed here will be cloned. So if anything you put in this chest, everybody else will get it. And so if you want to just make an island and place whatever items you want everybody to receive in there, or assign, or whatever you want. And then what you also want to do is grab an armor stand. Wherever you say your commands, place an armor stand kind of far away, and this is where you're going to be teleported. This is where you're going to teleport, where everything's going to happen. So just place it a bit further away, because if you place this armor stand too close to the command, sometimes the islands will generate where the armor stand is and they will break the command. So just put them a bit far away, and all you do is grab an armor stand, place it, and grab a name tag and rename it to TP. I just named the armor stand TP. And now what you want to do is use these two commands to stop the spam, the command block spam. They don't have to be on a command block. I just placed them in there, so it wouldn't take me too long to type them in. And the first command is going to be gamerule sendcommandfeedback false. And the second one is this one, gamerule commandblockoutput false. This just stopped the spam. And this one's probably the most important one. This adds a ticking area to wherever you have your commands. If you don't know what a ticking area is, it basically just keeps the commands active even if you're far away. So you could be as far away as you want from the command blocks and they'll still be working. And this is the command. So it's ticking area, add circle tilde tilde tilde, and then 4. And you wanna use this command wherever you have your where you have all your command blocks. Just go like in the middle and just use it. Also, if you're also gonna make sure that this island is inside the ticking area. So if it's too far away from your commands, you're also going to want to add another ticking area wherever this island is. This is just so it gets cloned. And yeah, that's all the setup you have to do for now. Alright, and then you want to place a repeating command block. These two commands are going to keep the armor stand and the player at whenever the island's generating at the height of 78. This just so the island generates correctly and it doesn't generate on the ground or too high up. So the first command, this one's gonna keep the armor stand hovering, so it's execute at E, type equals armorstand, and name, this is the name of the, so it only activates it on an armorstand that has the name TP, and then tilde, and then this the height. You could change that, you can make it lower or higher, however you want, but I have it at height of 78. Then tilde TP, and then this just keeps it in the same spot. And this one's going to be repeat, unconditional, and always active. Same with this one, it's going to be repeat, unconditional, always active, and this one will, it's the exact same thing except this for the player. So it's execute at E, tag equals generate tilde 78 tilde, and then TP, and then this will also just keep the player at height of 78. And these commands are the ones that are going to actually generate the island. And the first command is a repeating command block, and this one is going to test if the player is close to the armor stand that we set over, that one. So it's going to be repeat, unconditional, and always active. And this is the command, so it's going to be execute IE type equals armor stand, so it's going to execute at the armor stand with the name of a TP, so it only executes it on the armor stand that has this name. And then tilde, this means it's wherever that armor stand is, that's where it's going to execute it. So it doesn't really matter where it is, and it's going to test for a player with the tag that doesn't have a tag of home. So this means that the player does not have the tag, and R equals 10 means that the player has to be within 10 blocks. And then you want to put a redstone comparator and a repeater going into a normal command block. And this one, the first one, is going to add a tag to the player. So this one's going to be impulse, unconditional, and needs redstone. And this is the command, so it's executing at the armor stand, the one named TP, and it's gonna add a tag at the closest player that doesn't have a home tag. It's gonna add TP2, and then this one's the one that spreads the players. So, and this one's gonna be chain, conditional, and always active. This one's gonna be different for everyone depending where you place your, depending where you want the players to spread from. So this is going to execute it from the armor stand, and this one's going to spread the players from these coordinates from -50 and 1, but it's going to be different for you wherever you place it. For example, I have mine over here. This is where it's going to spread the players from. So here it says -50 and 1, but you know, wherever you have it, if you had it over here, I mean, wherever it says, just check your command, your coordinates, and like right now it's -46 and 49. If I had mine over here, if this is where I wanted the players to be spread from. So just choose, just put in your coordinates, and then 100. This means the 100 means how many blocks away each player is gonna be from each other. So I have it set to 100, and this is the maximum distance. So I have it set to 3,100. I wouldn't really put it any higher because sometimes the islands won't generate correctly. But you know, you could try higher or lower, whatever you want. And it's only gonna do this at the players that have a tag of TP2, which is the one that just got added to them, within the range of 20. So only players that are within 20 blocks of that command, of that armor stand over there. And this next command block, it's going to be a chain, unconditional, and always active. And this one's going to add a generate tag, so it's going to execute at the closest player that has the tag of TP2, and then tilde tilde tilde. This means wherever they are on the map. And then tag add p add generate, so it's going to add the generate tag. This next command block, it's going to remove the tp2 tag, and this one's going to be a chain, conditional, and always active. And this one's going to have a delay of 2 ticks. So at this delay, just this, so the island has time to generate, and it's just going to be tag add a remove tp2. This one's going to add a home tag, this, so once they generate their island, it's not going to generate again. It's not going to give them another island again, so they can't keep generating islands. And this will be chain, conditional, and always active. And it's going to be execute at p. It's only gonna execute at a player that has the tag of generate and wherever they are in the map. And it's gonna give them a tag of home. So tag at p add home. And this one's the one that's gonna set the spawn point. And it's gonna be chain, conditional, who's active. And this is the command, so it's gonna execute again at a player that has the tag generate. And then tilde 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 spawn point add as, so it's gonna set the spawn point at itself at whatever player has the generate tag. And then tilde tilde tilde. This one's the one that's gonna switch the players to survival. It's gonna be chain, conditional, always active. And again, executing at the player that has a tag of generate. Game mode S, this means survival, and add S, so it's at itself. And this one removes the generate tag, so it's gonna be chain, conditional, always active, but this is gonna have a delay of 10. 10 ticks is just, again, so the island has time to generate. Make sure that's set to 10. And the command's gonna be tag add a remove generate. Alright, and there's one more command you have to set up. This one's the one that clones the island. And this one's also going to be a bit different for everyone. But it's going to be repeat, unconditional, and always active. And this one's going to be execute at all players that have the tag of generate. So any player that has the tag of generate, it's going to clone the island. But this is where it's going to be a little bit different for everyone. You're going to have to get your own coordinates. So this one for me, these are the coordinates, 19, 73, 12. You're going to have to get the coordinates from the lowest point and the highest point on each side. And this is the second, this is going to be the second coordinate. So if I wanted to clone this one, I would type in (1183). Type in your coordinates. These are mine, but yours are going to be different depending where you set up your island. And you're also going to want to type in these coordinates. So 19, 73, 12. 19, 73, and then 12. And then what you have to do is, let me show you in the command block. Alright, so once you have the coordinates once you have both of those coordinates, this is how it's going to look inside the command block. It's going to be a repeating, unconditional, and always active. And then you put clone, and then your first coordinates, mine were 19, 72, 12, and then the second coordinates, mine were 11, 83, 4, but they're going to be different for everyone. And then tilde, tilde, tilde. And this is going to clone the island like right below you, but it's not the same. It's not a, like one, but it's not gonna clone it every time like right below your feet. So you're gonna have to change these coordinates around to do that. To figure that out, you're gonna have to play with it a little bit. This is where I was testing it. You're probably gonna want to do this wherever it's not gonna get in the way. So you can test it like this, how I test it, but change these. Give me a second. Alright, so if I clone it like this, it generates it over here, but it's too high. So if I want to change the height, I go over here where this middle one, this one's the one that controls the height. So I want it to be lower, so we'll try -4, and that's a pretty good height, but it's still over there. I want it to be like right below me, so I could change these. So if I put a -3, it moved it a little bit further back. I'll put like 2 more. And now I need it to go this way. You can change it, you can either put a positive or a negative. And now I want it to go this way, so -4. And now it's right below me. So now whenever the island clones, it's gonna clone like right below my feet. But you know, just change it around because it's gonna be different for everyone. So if I go back to the commands, alright, so now you want to make it so it's, for me it's -5, -4, and -4, but for you it's probably gonna be different. And yeah, just type it in here, however yours was generating, whatever coordinates you used. But make sure it has this, that it's execute at a tag equals generate. Make sure it has this, the tag equals generate, so it doesn't clone an island below every single player in your world. And then yeah, just make sure it's clone, and then the coordinates, first coordinates, second coordinates, and then tilde, tilde, tilde. And yeah, that's it. Your island should be cloning correctly now. But you're also gonna want to add this. This just fail safe in case the island doesn't generate correctly or it doesn't give the tags. So, or if it sometimes it'll teleport the player back over here, like in this spot. And if that happens, you're gonna want to do this. You're gonna have to put a repeating command block. It's gonna be repeat, unconditional, and always active. And for the first command, it's gonna be testfor at p r equals 30. So any player that is within 30 blocks, and comma tag equals home. So if they have the tag home, this is gonna activate. And then you're gonna want to put a comparator going this way and a repeater going into this command block. And this is going to be impulse, unconditional, and needs redstone. And this is very important. This one has a delay of 80 ticks. Make sure it has 80 ticks so it won't teleport you if too early and not generate the island correctly. And this is the command TP at P tag equals home. So anybody that has the tag of home within the range of 30, that is within 30 blocks, it's gonna teleport them to whatever coordinate you give them, and this one's also gonna be different for everyone. And what you want to do is you're gonna want to set an end portal somewhere. I have mine here. And you're gonna get the coordinates for this. Make sure it's like either right above it or like right exactly where it is. So mine is 54, 95, 2, and 54, and then just type in the coordinates here. And let me show you how to make it so the players automatically get sent back to their island whenever they step on an end portal. So if I go in here, this is optional, but you're also gonna want to set up these two command blocks. These two command blocks will make it so anybody that goes into the end will get their game mode set to survival, and it will also set an portal wherever they're at. That way they get teleported back to their island. And this is the command. The first is going to be repeat, unconditional, and always active. And this is the command. It's going to be game mode S at all players that are within 30 blocks. So any player that is within 30 blocks. Don't place it here wherever the obsidian is, because that's where that one gets generated every time someone comes into the end. So anything that's placed here will just get deleted every time. And then the second command is going to be a chain, conditional, and always active. And this is going to be the command, so it's going to execute at all players that are within 30 blocks. Then tilde, set block, tilde, and end portal. So it's going to set an end portal wherever they're at, at all the players that are within 30 blocks. So this will instantly bring them back to the. So that will instantly bring them back to their island. And yeah, everything should be working now. So if I already had an island and so if I tried to generate an island and it's sent me here back by mistake, if I got sent back, it's gonna wait a few seconds, waits for, and then it brings you back to your island. It teleports you back to your island after a few seconds, and it switches you back to survival. Alright, now that the island generator is finished, there's some other options you could add. This is what I have on my world, and these three options they're optional, but I would add them. And what these commands do is that whenever you press it, if you already generated an island, it's going to give you a message telling you to use this portal. And I would also set up a end portal, because since the island generator sets your spawn, whenever you go into the end, it instantly teleports you out and takes you back to wherever your spawn point is. And the island generator sets it at your own island, so everybody, whenever they go in here, they automatically get sent back to their island. And this one, whenever you step on an end portal, it takes you back to the lobby, to wherever you have your lobby or your spawn, whatever you have. And that's another thing. I would set up your lobby pretty far away from the command blocks and the island generator, because the command blocks could cause a lot of lag. And besides causing lag, they also sometimes the island will generate if you have your lobby too close to the commands or the armor stand where you get teleported. Sometimes it'll generate an island like right at your lobbies, and it might destroy your stuff. So mine is almost at 0, so, and it only goes out 3,000 blocks. So I set my lobby up like 8,000 blocks away, so it's not gonna generate any islands close to here, and it's also not gonna get in the way. And let me show you how it works. So if I press it, it's gonna tell me to use the portal, and if I use the portal, this sends me back to wherever my island got generated. And whenever I step on this one, the send portal frame, you could choose whatever block you want. I just use the send portal frame because they don't break and you can't really get them in creative or anything. So if I step on this, it sends me back here. Also, this dark sky is just because it teleports you in and out of the end too fast. So it keeps the sky from the end, but that's easy to fix. You either just log out and log back in to the server or game, or just go back into the end, and this fixes it. And yeah, let me show you how all this works. Alright, so also you're gonna want to hide all these commands so they don't look ugly. You can hide them, just use redstone. But I'm just showing you how it works, so it doesn't really matter. So just set up a button and then have some redstone leading to two commands with a repeater in front of them. So this one is if you haven't generated an island. The first command is going to be impulse, unconditional, and needs redstone. And it's going to be title, IP, tag, whoever doesn't have the tag of home. So if you've never generated an island, you're not going to have this. This is what this is for. This means if they don't have it. So it's going to be title. It's going to give them a title. It says generating island, but you can change this to whatever you want. And then the next command is going to be a chain, conditional, and always active. And this is going to TP them to the armorstand. So it's going to be TP EP tag equals not home. So if they don't have the tag of home, so they never generated an island, it's going to TP them to the armorstand, the one we set up, the one called TP. So these coordinates are going to be different for you depending where you place the armorstand. And once they get teleported to the armorstand, that's when it's going to generate the island. So let me show you an example. Also, if you wanna generate a new island, or if your island didn't generate correctly, use this command, tag as remove home. Or if someone else's didn't generate correctly, instead of as, put their gamertag here, and that will remove the tag. So if I click it now, it says generating island, teleports me to the armorstand, and it generates a new island for me. And now let me show you how to set up this. So whenever you step on an end portal frame, but like I said, you could have this be whatever block you want. It doesn't have to be an end portal frame. It's just unbreakable, and there's no way to get these besides creative. And once you step on them, it teleports you to whatever coordinates you want. But I set it so it teleports me back to the lobby. And yeah, this is the command. Also, you're gonna want to have this command wherever there's a ticking area, so it's always activated. And it's gonna be repeat, unconditional, and always active. So it's gonna be executing at every player. It's gonna be detecting if they have a it's gonna be detecting right below their feet. So tell this the height, the middle one's the height. So I have it set to -0.5. That's right below the player's feet. And it's gonna detect an end portal frame. But you can switch this to whatever block you want. And then this is the ID of the block. So if it's for the end portal frame, I have it set to 0. But if it's like a wall, if it's wall, it's just called a wall. Instead of end portal frame, you would just put wall. And if it's depending on what color you want, for example, wall has, I think, has a few different colors. I think it has 16, so it goes from 0 is white, and then 1 is a different color, 2, 3, and all the way to 15. So depending on what color it is, you're gonna want to change this 0 to if you're using wall, you're gonna want to switch it to whatever color it is. But the end portal frame, I have it set to 0, and then it's gonna TP at itself at the player that detected the portal frame below its feet. So it's gonna TP them, and this you're gonna put your own coordinates of wherever your lobby is. Mine is right here at 8,080 and then 7,992, which is somewhere around here. But you know, put whatever coordinates you use. And if you want to use this M portal frame, the thing about the M portal frames is that if you set it up like this, that's a different data. Use a different number than if you set it up like this, because they look the same, but they're technically different. So it's not gonna work with either of these. If you want to use the M portal frame, you're gonna have to use this command. Wherever I would set this wherever the island that you wherever you set up the island, the one that gets cloned, I would set it there. So it's gonna be set block tilde -1. It's gonna set it like right below you. Tilde and then M portal frame 0. This 0 is actually very important because not all M portal frames use 0. Only this one. So if you get this one from creative, it's not gonna work because it doesn't matter how you place it. Each one of these has a different data value. So for this one has 0. So if you want to make sure it works, just since I have it set to 0, if you want to have exactly like me, use the command, and it will set one with the data value of 0, like right below you. Yeah, that's it. Everything should be working now. If something's not working, just let me know. I'm gonna have all the commands in the description, and I'm gonna have the map download. So if you guys want to check it out there, and yeah, that's it.